everyone and welcome to this Cortina video. This is more of an update video on exactly where we are and exactly how things are going. If you're not subscribed already, please remember to do so. Drop a like and a comment on this video of what you would do with this car, and am I making the right decision? Let me know in the comments, because I value everything, and I value most things that everybody says anyway in the internet. You've got to take some and leave some, I guess. But here we are again, back at it again. So in this video I just wanted to cover exactly what the plans are for the Cortina and where it is and where it's been and what it's doing and what isn't it doing. So of course, as you saw in the last video, we moved it to a secure storage facility from where it was before. It was parked outside before, covered up. It was a secure gated place, but unfortunately some people did tamper with it. If I have taken any pictures, I'll include those in this video. Essentially, as I mentioned, they got underneath the steering wheel and tried this. If you remember what happened to the Vitesse where those idiots tried to hotwire it, it looks like they just kind of got in it, messed about a bit, pulled a few wires, etc. What they seem to do is break the stalk on the left hand side. I can't remember which one that is. That shows how much I've driven that car. I think it's the one for the lights. That's it. Sorry. And luckily we have loads of those spare. I'm not sure why we had so many spare, but we did. So they managed to break that a bit. There was no real damage. It was just wires being pulled out and someone got in the car and stank it up. But there we are. So, of course, that leads me on to the elephant that isn't in the room. Well, there's a picture of one here. The Vitesse. So what are we doing with that? Well, the update is I've had a few quotes. There are some people that I'd prefer to go to, rover specialists, for example, people like that. But I decided to get a few quotes lit around me, and it's going to cost me about £4,500 to get it sorted. So what my decision has been, and I posted a poll on Facebook as well about this. So this is more of an all-encompassing update, but we will get to the Cortina in a minute. So what we're going to do is we're going to use about £1,000 to get my 75 sprayed in all these various areas, and then we're going to use the rest of the money, this imaginary pot of money that I've saved, for the Cortina, because I think that is probably the bigger priority. So what I'm going to do is with the Vitesse, it's going to be more of a slow burner. If you remember when I've finished things before in the past, I know, right? In the past I finished things. My Fiat Coupe is probably one of the best cars I've ever owned in terms of condition. All of it it's so nice in terms of detail, and that's the standard I want out of that Vitesse, because it's a forever car. I'm never going to get rid of it. So I'm going to take the time on that car. You'll see updates here and there, but it's not going to be this big thing until it starts ramping up, obviously. So I'm going to be still ordering parts and still working on that car. It's not forgotten about and it's not dead. But of course we've got the 75, and that will be finished once I whack all that money on it. It's getting a bumper resprayed and a few other bits, but we'll go into that in another video. This is obviously about the Cortina. So currently at the moment, we've been having a bit of a registration issue. The main thing is we actually supplied the build number rather than the VIN at the post office when we changed it over. That's all been sorted now. If you run into this issue, a bit of advice as well. If you run into this issue with the car yourselves, obviously check the locations for the VIN. Our VIN plate was missing on the front because it's had a bit of a Bradford restoration. Probably the best comment I've had ever. Shout out to you, Bradford Restoration. I think they're referring to a very well-known garage in Bradford. But anyway, so what happened is they've taken the VIN plate off, and they do snap because they're fairly flimsy, and it's just vanished. So it does have its VIN still stamped into it. It still has the VINs in all the other places. So check for those other places, and if a car has never been moved over to the digital system, which this car hasn't, because obviously it's been in a barn in storage for ages, you need to obviously call the DVLA, give them the VIN, give them the reg, then you'll have to verify it. Obviously with what we did is we took a picture of the VIN because it's fairly easy to read. You can also crayon the VIN over with a bit of paper, like tracing paper, like you're in primary school. And that'll get you there. So we're well on our way now, and that's at the time of posting that should be sorted. And obviously they know we own the car, etc. So it's not dodgy. Don't worry. But that has been a bit of a setback. So where are we at now? Well, what I think we're going to do with this car is I really think we should just enjoy it. Not as it is, but enjoy it in a workable state. So a lot of you guys have commented on this, and I think this is the right way. Hence, me and Katie have obviously discussed it, and I read a lot of your guys' comments. In fact, I read them all. So don't be afraid to put anything down there. Put whatever you want. All I can do is agree or disagree, right? But anyway, we of course decided that what we're going to do is we're going to get that welding done on that wheel arch, because that is friggin' horrific. I'm certainly not going to be driving a car held together by chicken wire and filler. It's as you've seen in the previous videos, and you'll see a video over this while I'm talking, we went underneath, we verified it. That was the first thing we did. We went to a garage and we verified everything was as it needed to be. Of course, on that bit, that's not a bit that tested. They just went all underneath. It was like, yeah, this is solid. It's had a few patches. We all know about that. It's fine. So that car just needs that doing to it. So that bit cutting out the wheel arch, and a new, either maybe plating it for now. I don't think so. I think it's just going to be a repair panel. And then what it needs as well is we're going to leave the majority of it as it is. But what I've noticed is there's some brown sludge in the radiator. So another thing that's sort of scuppering this progress a bit is obviously we can't film where we store the car. What we need to do is get my coupe out on the road and then move that car here and swap them over as we do the work. So wait for that. That car's getting its MOT in April. There's going to be some videos on that, and that car's really stellar. It needs hardly anything. Just its alloy wheels are a bit messy, but that's about it. With the Cortina, what needs to happen is we need to obviously sort that welding out. Either I'll attempt to do it myself, or I'll pay someone to do it. Either or well, that's a definite. So we'll be doing that. Then that will obviously make it, in my head anyway, a bit more roadworthy. We also found out it has the original tyres on it. Very weird. So we had a look through those. We're going to get a new set of tyres as well. It needs that. And a wheel alignment. So that's two things. Of course, we've got the alternator in there. That's all on. The front brake caliper, they're on the right hand side of the driver's side. I attempted to change that, as you'll see in some footage, if I've still got it here. But one of the bolts sheared. So it might be a case, if I can't get that out, getting a new hub and then just slamming it back together properly. I can't remember what the brakes they call the M16s, Ford M16 brakes. I'll correct it if I'm wrong. But that's another job. So essentially, it's a big service, really flushing the coolant system because it is disgusting. Obviously, as you can imagine, a lot of people, misconception is you can just put water in there. And obviously, in the past, what used to happen is people's blocks would freeze, perhaps, and you'd get, you'd be popping all sorts of stuff out. Of course, it wouldn't explode or anything like that, but there you go. So we need to do a big service, which is going to be filmed. We need to do the brake caliper, which is probably going to be filmed. The main thing is obviously getting it here, and then we're going to do the welding, and then it will be road legal in my head, obviously. So what we're going to do then, take it to an independent garage again, have them have a look at it. If they give me the yes and go, yeah, this is fine, I'm not going to MOT it because MOT tests, I can't, bloody hell, my hairline's already going. No more MOT tests. Literally, MOT tests are like flying at me, so much strain. But we are going to get it checked over, do like a pre-test. They have them pre-test inspections. Going to do that. If we're all okay, then we'll start the series of living with a 70s car, and we'll drive it around and have a good time, and you'll see road trips and all that jazz with it. And then obviously after that's all done, as we keep it in this rolling restoration state, we'll just keep, jobs will keep coming up that we need to do, as to do with all these bloody things, and we'll get it to the point it needs to be at. The thing is with this car, is with it being a barn find, a garage find, or whatever find, I mean, if it's in a field somewhere, it's a barn find. Apparently if there's a barn in 2 miles vicinity, it's a barn find. We need to define barn find, because I can't define it. Barn find cannot be defined, because barn find is everything. Your car has a bit of dust on it, it's a barn find. Anything that adds to value, I guess, on eBay. But there we are. So with this car, we're well on our way, and it's just waiting to get that welding and everything booked in, and then we can actually drive this thing we pay so much money for. Well below market value, by the way. But she's an absolute stellar car. We've had it running and driving, and we've been chilling and doing things with it. Just nothing too major, and of course we can't film the location it's in, and with obviously where it is, it's quite far away. So we have to drive it here and drive it back, and I'm not comfortable doing that as it is. So again, look out for more updates on the Cortina, and let me know if you have any advice or anything like that. Drop it in the comments. But now, of course, I thought I'd just address a few more things as well and give you all a few more updates. So we covered the Vitesse, the Fiat Coupe is coming out as well. I'm also looking for cars to review because I've come up with a formula. I've triangulated the equations and I've come up with the formula on actually how to do it, where it doesn't take a ridiculous amount of time, but it's still epic quality. So if you have a car you'd like me to review, let me know, because I'd absolutely love to do that. Don't have to be driving it or anything. It's just, you know, that sort of thing. Another update is with uni and work and everything finally settling down, I actually have time again. Hooray. So here we are again. Videos are coming. There's also a special video coming, I think it's this Saturday, just about something that's currently going on. So look out for that. But here we are. We have been updated. You have been updated. You are on the same page as me, and that is how it should be. So the Cortina is coming along just fine. We're doing really well with it. It's just gathering these parts so we can actually film. I really don't want to put out a video where it's 5 minutes long and it's like, I'm changing a spark plug because the rest of my stuff didn't come. I want to get it all out there and do a big video on it. So shout out Simone, Hooked on Classics. Go subscribe. Shout out everybody else. You know, the Sheldons, the Rover Joes, the everybodies, and remember as well, Pride of Longbridge soon. So thanks for watching. Keep watching. Remember to subscribe for more of this, and Cortina update coming soon. See you later.